Howdy, and welcome back to Transformers the Game! As you recall, way back in the beginning of this series, I made a video called Starscream in the City. Now, in that particular episode, I came across a very bizarre setup of the city. A city that, if you remember, had a lot of content that doesn't appear in the original game. Now, after understanding how exactly that was done, I have decided to return there and do an episode directly based on that city. Because there's quite a bit there that I want to take a look at. Because that original episode was meant to focus on Starscream, not the city itself. But we're going to return and take a look at this mess in all of its glory, because there's some weird and interesting stuff there. So let's check it out. Behold, the broken city. Yeah, so getting this to work might be a little complicated, but I'll try and explain it as best I can. Okay, my knowledge on this subject might be a little limited, but as far as I understand it, you want to be playing with low-res assets on first of all, but you want to copy over the high-res City PC GSC, and that should make the level look like this. If my understanding is correct. You'll need to use Quick BMS to have access to that. If you don't know how to do that, I'll include a link in the description and in the card above so you can watch a video on how it is done. But otherwise, that's about it. I'll cut back to the city now. And yes, people here drive like absolute idiots. Well, this is the first new thing, the school bus, which I just discovered there's a freaking guy outside of it. I literally just discovered that. School bus. Interesting that they have this here. It's really interesting that they have these assets in the game, but you never see them. Outside from this bizarre level, which is very interesting. You know, that's a school bus. There's also the ambulance. Come here. Which is kind of looks like a reskin of that yellow van that we see in the main game. But it's got a red stripe going around it, and it's got some stuff. See this yellow van? Doesn't look exactly the same. Hard to say. Could be a reskin, might not be. Anywho, we have the taxi. I don't know if that's the same or not. Doesn't really look any different, so no idea. Oh, this truck. This white truck, I think, is different from the main one. As the could just because it's a low-res truck, but the white truck in the main game, I think, kind of resembles Ironhide, and this looks a little bit more simplistic than that. But in anywho, we have, I think, this new brown car. I think this is new. I don't remember seeing this before, but it looks different. There's this green car, which kind of looks like the one in the main games, maybe a little darker. These people drive like maniacs. This, I think, is new. We have this portrait of a guy, which I don't remember seeing in the original game. So that's interesting. Moving on, we head further down. Ooh, this. I don't think the main game had this bright, sparkly, bizarre texture. It looks kind of like an arcade or something. Actually, now that I look at it, I think that that's mistextured, because I can see some text over there, so this is probably just not quite mapped properly. I think the guitar is the same. Or is it? Is the guitar different? Was the original guitar white and blue? I don't remember. That might be different. Hey, come back here. Come here. Gimme! Give me the guitar! This might be different, it might not. I'm gonna have to check. Alright, that's nice. Buzz off. Now for something that's honestly legitimately creepy. You walk towards where this stairway is. Over here, actually. Somewhere. You get that! How freaky is that thing? Like, that's just freaky, man. This strange, like, bizarre statue of a guy is just standing there, just... God, this is freaky, man. Anyway, there's also the inclusion of a Pepsi billboard, which... I think there was a brand deal between Transformers and Pepsi, but I guess it didn't either fell through or something. So, yeah, that's there. Further down is a much more significant change. It's Burger King! Yep, Burger King is actually in the game. Or, in this edition. Yeah, there was actually supposed to be, I think, a brand deal between this. I think I remember commercials for it. I know that Dark of the Moon and The Last Night had, like, ads devoted to this, which got some interesting stuff. They had the Dark of the Moon battle with Shockwave in place of Sentinel Prime, and there was, like, an extended Barricade versus Balmy Last Night thing. It's interesting that Burger King has gotten 2 extended Transformers scenes each time. But, comes with a new sign. Texture. Which actually got a whole new modeled, sign thing, which surprises me. Which is interesting. You can also see some new, text and posters in the windows. It's got some new fry container. It's got a new drink. No burgers on this one, but I think there might be a texture for that from what I saw. Not sure. Yeah, the building is generally pretty buggy. Not sure why. Might be a shader bug, I'm guessing. Not sure. In any case, there are no vehicles parked here, which is also interesting. There's some more signs. Burger King, the Texas Double Whopper. There's the basketball thing, which don't think it's any different. But, weirdly enough, something really weird about this level is, for the most part, you can't climb buildings, or like in the core. It's like this. Every building you climb normally you can't. Every one you can't, you can. Observe. Yeah, normally you couldn't climb these before, but now you could jump outside the map. How far can I get before the action zone takes me away?
Nope.
Oh, and that cool nifty transformation thing works. That's cool too, I guess. Well, that's really strange, but that's a thing apparently. And you can drive on water. Check it out. What's that in the distance? Oh, there's someone out there. I want to see it. Let's go. What is it? Can we reach it in time? Looks like a plant. That might have been a plant. But yeah, the map borders are all whacked out. It's very interesting. We also have a new sign for this Nokia connecting people, which I'm guessing they had to change for the don't call the phone. I'm gonna guess. That's what I think about that. If we take a look over at Central Park. Oh yeah, this is how weird this city looks. Isn't it amazing? It's got missing pieces on the monument, although technically they are there. You hit it, it's gonna tumble on down. And the rest of the pieces are actually there, but they're invisible. Yeah, you see them kind of plowing into it. Yeah, they're there. They're just invisible. And this looks like it's got a new texture for this path, by the looks of things, because I think it was a lot smoother in the final level. So very interesting to see what changed. Now the monument, or the bird statue. No. There's a divide now. You could call it the new divide. Okay. So that's new. You get the bird statue, which I don't know if it's any different. It looks a little different. Can't say for certain though. If it is, I'll compare it. So we have the new divide. Okay. Let's carry on over this way. Yeah, let's better look at the Pepsi Bill one. There's that. Wait, pizza thing? I think the final version has a pizza. I want it. Give it. Give me the pizza. I want it. Get back here. Man, that's just a cool little sequence. I don't want the lion post. Pizza time. Oh, my back! Okay. Yeah. The bridges seem to be busted. Is there any supports? No, the bridge panels just aren't there. Or are they? I don't think so. No, they're not. Okay. So there's no bridges there. Oh, wait. I think these are new. You have the City Liquor, Beer, Wine, and Spirits, and you got Ariana Afghan Restaurant and Annie's. Well, this city ain't having liquor on my watch, so it must be destroyed. And there's the Pepsi billboard again. Oh, yes. You have this new poster. There Wore Our World. That's pretty cool. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's there for whatever reason. I don't think this was in the main game. I think I would have noticed, but that's there. Yeah. There's a lot of weird stuff. Ooh, and most important of all, these little umbrellas are now red and white instead of blue and white. Ain't that just something? That's just like the best thing ever. Alright. Bonk. Now, you cannot climb this building, unfortunately. Because the I don't know why, it's the whole physics are just whacked out. It's strange. But you want to know something really weird? You can't climb that. But you can climb this, apparently. Because this makes sense. The sky, the top of the sky just looks freaky. It's so dark, like, I don't know, it's just creepy. Like there's a big black void on top of the world. Spooky. But yeah, you can get up here. And you can also go over there. Like, every place you can't climb normally, you can in this. It's so, oh yeah, see, look how dark and ominous that is. That's just, that's spooky. Yeah, very weird. Moving on. We have this area, which is slightly different from the original, if I remember correctly. I'm throwing some more comparisons if need be. It looks like they have statues now. I don't believe the final version of the game had statues. I don't think they did. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. The front looks a bit more detailed. But again, I'd have to compare to be sure, so... Like I said, these people drive like absolute nuts. It's just insane. I don't know what's happening. Maybe they always just did this, I'm just now noticing it. In any case... Anything else? Wait. What's that? Blarney? Hey. What the heck kind of a name is Blarney? It sounds like Barney, but with a twist. It's probably the Barney. Can I climb this? No. Blarney Stone Restaurant. Be gone with you. Okay. But, yeah, oh, we can look at the news, see what kind of textures are in there. Oh, hey, are those M&Ms? Those look like, oh yeah, they got candy. They got brand name candy in there. How about that? I can't make out the magazines, but, hold on, let me see. Let me see if I can get a look here. Yeah. I can't make out a lot of those, but there's definitely some brand name candies in there. I think I see Orbit in there. M&M's. I think Hershey too. Maybe a Tootsie Roll, I think. Maybe? Hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure I see M&M's. This is just nuts. Seriously, people cannot drive here at all. Much like the rest of the... Hey, can I climb these? I bet I can climb these, but you could go over here. Yeah, you'll go out of bounds, but you can go back there if you want. I can climb this, right? I can climb this, yes. Yeah, this just completely warps everything about this level, and I love it. Oh. Out of bounds. But yeah, really, really strange, man. Really strange. What was that? What was that? That was weird. Everything about this place is weird. But I feel like that's about everything when I can recall. Where's the school? I want to do something. Well, they were everywhere just a few moments ago. I'm away. Ooh. Cruising on down Main Street. Ain't good enough. It's just a mess of a city. But I think that's about as much as I can show at this particular point. Alright, well, I guess that's gonna about do it for this short thing of an episode. Like I said, this is just something I really wanted to take another look at because it's so interesting. I don't want to go here. It's so very interesting how this just got all warped out of existence or whatever. It's so strange, man. So very strange, but hopefully you all found this interesting. Might have some more unused content coming up next. And I think that's about it for this episode. What the heck is that? Don't know if I can reach that, but let's try. I probably can't reach that. That looks like a... I don't know what that was. In any case, that's gonna about do it for this particular episode. Hopefully you all found this interesting. And I will see you in the next one. Till then, later.